Raiders Nation, picture this. The desert sun dips below the horizon, Allegiant Stadium lights up like a black hole beacon, and inside those sleek walls, a familiar face from Seattle's past just walked through the doors wearing silver and black. Tyler Lockett, the crafty, sure-handed receiver who spent 10 seasons torching NFC West defenses, is officially a Las Vegas Raider. Yes, that Tyler Lockett, 8 1,000-yard campaigns, 61 career touchdowns, 3 Pro Bowls, and a reunion with quarterback Geno Smith and head coach Pete Carroll that feels less like a signing and more like a family reunion. At 33, fresh off a 10-catch, 70-yard cameo with the Tennessee Titans before requesting his release on October 20th, Lockett lands in Vegas at the perfect chaotic moment. The Raiders sit at 2-5, dead last in the AFC West. The trade deadline looms on November 4th, and Jakobi Meyers' name keeps popping up in rumor mills. Is Lockett the missing puzzle piece, the veteran mentor, or just a comfort blanket for a staff hoping familiarity breeds wins? Buckle up, because we're diving deep into every angle of this move that has Raider Nation buzzing from the tailgates to the X timelines. Let's start with the timeline, because timing is everything in the NFL. The Raiders' passing attack ranks 27th in yards per game at 198.4, 31st in points at 14.7, and Geno Smith has already thrown 10 interceptions, tied for the league lead. The offensive line has surrendered 28 sacks, third most in football, and after trading Davante Adams in the offseason fire sale, the receiver room has leaned heavily on rookie sensation Brock Bowers and second-year speedster Trey Tucker. Jakobi Meyers has been the steady hand, leading the team in targets, but reports out of Pittsburgh, Kansas City, and even New England suggest he could be moved before Tuesday's deadline for a mid-round pick. If Meyers goes, the Raiders need a plug-and-play option who won't flinch under the Death Star lights. Lockett fits that mold perfectly. He knows Carroll's terminology, Geno's cadence, Chip Kelly's route trees. No ramp-up period, no learning curve, just production. Coach Carroll, still spry at 74 and channeling that same gum-chewing intensity that won Super Bowl 48, addressed the media Wednesday with measured optimism. "I'm going to need more days to see how much he can help immediately," Carroll said, pausing for effect. "But he's a tremendous football player. Great background, great savvy, playmaking ability, a real natural sense about understanding how to play the game." Translation: Lockett isn't here to learn, he's here to teach. And Geno Smith, fighting through a season where every completion feels like a small victory, lit up at his own presser. "It's just a good feeling to have a close friend right next to me, especially when things aren't going great," Geno said, smiling wide. "Tyler understands me, knows how to get me going. He's a great locker room guy, great leader. He's going to provide a ton of information for the wideouts, especially our young guys still developing. And he's still got juice, man. He can still play. Having my buddy back in the locker room? Pretty cool." You can almost hear the sigh of relief. In a season of frustration, chemistry is currency, and Lockett is a walking vault. But not everyone is ready to crown this move a masterstroke. Enter Lincoln Kennedy, the former Raiders Pro Bowl right tackle, a 6'6", 330-pound gentle giant who protected quarterbacks like Rich Gannon during the early 2000 Super Bowl run. Kennedy joined the Locked On Raiders Squad Show podcast and delivered a reality check. "You're reaching because you're hoping a familiar face transforms the locker room," Kennedy rumbled. "You're trying to build a winner, so you grab players you've got history with. I don't mind that early in the year. But right now, mid-season, I don't know what good it is. He's not a number one. You're not signing him to retire as a Raider. You're hoping he's productive." Kennedy's skepticism cuts deep. Lockett isn't here to be the WR1. He's not replacing Adams' 1,400-yard seasons. He's a WR3 at best on paper, a mentor at worst. But in a room full of 20-somethings, sometimes experience is the X factor. Let's break down the tape, because numbers don't lie. Lockett's 2025 stat line with Tennessee: 10 receptions, 70 yards, no touchdowns, looks pedestrian. But context matters. He played 4 games in a dysfunctional offense, behind Calvin Ridley and a rotating cast. In Seattle, under Carroll and with Geno, Lockett averaged 8.1 yards per target in 2022, posted a 71.4% catch rate, and turned 28% of his receptions into first downs. The Raiders' current slot receivers: Trey Tucker at 5.9 yards per target, Meyers at 7.2. Lockett instantly upgrades the efficiency. His release package: Hesitation steps, stutter go, whip routes, is textbook. Defenders bite, hips flip, and suddenly Geno has a 12-yard window instead of a 5-yard one. In the red zone, where the Raiders convert just 48% of trips into touchdowns, 29th in the NFL, Lockett's body control and contested catchability could add 3 to 4 scores over the final 10 games. Tactically, this move ripples across the entire offense. Pete Carroll preaches balance. Run the ball, stop the run, win the turnover battle. The Raiders' defense, led by Max Crosby's league-second 52 quarterback pressures, is already elite. But the run game stalls at 3.9 yards per carry behind Zamir White. If Lockett commands safety help over the middle, if he forces linebackers to widen their drops, the box lightens. White sees 6 defenders instead of 8. Play-action boots for Geno become lethal. Chip Kelly, the offensive coordinator with the up-tempo genius, can now motion Lockett pre-snap, create rub routes with Bowers, and watch defenses scramble. It's not about volume, it's about space. One veteran who knows how to get open creates gravity for everyone else. Now, let's zoom out to the historical lens, because the Raiders aren't just a team, they're a mythology. Founded in 1960 as the rebel child of the AFL, Al Davis turned Oakland into a fortress of defiance. Commitment to excellence wasn't marketing, it was a battle cry. 3 Super Bowls in 8 years, 1976, 1980, 1983. Ken Stabler slinging no-look passes to Cliff Branch streaking down the sideline. Marcus Allen's 74-yard touchdown run in Super Bowl 18, stiff-arming defenders into legend. John Madden pacing the sideline, building a roster of cast-offs and converts who played with controlled chaos. The LA years brought glamour and heartbreak, the return to Oakland rekindled the fire, and the 2020 move to Vegas crowned the franchise with a $2 billion palace dubbed the Death Star. This is the only team with a pirate ship in its lore, skull flags waving in the stands, fans in silver face paint chanting like warriors. Rivalries. The Chiefs are the empire we love to topple. The Broncos, mile-high nightmares since Elway. The Chargers, bolt from the blue heartbreak. Every divisional game is personal. And now Pete Carroll, the man who beat the Raiders in Super Bowl 40 as Seattle's coach, wears the headset in Vegas. The irony is thick. He's importing Seahawks culture, competition at every rep, finish strong, next man up mentality, into a franchise built on rebellion. Lockett is the living bridge. He caught passes from Russell Wilson in Super Bowls, mentored DK Metcalf, survived the Legion of Boom practices. His institutional knowledge is a cheat code. Statistically, the opportunity is glaring. The Raiders face the NFL's 12th easiest remaining schedule. Home games against Jacksonville, Denver, and the Chargers loom in the next month. Win those 3, and 5-5 is realistic. The defense travels to Miami, plays in Kansas City, hosts Atlanta. Max Crosby lives in backfields. If the offense scores 20 points instead of 14, that's 4 more wins. Lockett doesn't need 100 targets. He needs 50 good ones. 6 catches per game, 65 yards, 1 touchdown every 2 weeks, that's 650 yards, 5 scores over 10 games. That's the difference between 6-11 and 9-8. That's the wild card. But let's address the elephant in the practice facility. A video leaked this week, Lockett in a simple change of direction drill, hips a tick slower, burst not quite vintage. X erupted. Washed. Retirement home. Amari Cooper preseason 2.0. Hold the panic button. A former Raiders offensive lineman, a voice of calm, stepped in. That's a warm-up jog, folks. Nobody goes 100% in stretch lines. This is the same overreaction we had with Cooper years ago. Relax. And he's right. Lockett's game was never raw speed. It was route tempo, hand-eye coordination, football IQ. At 33, he's not running past Jalen Ramsey, but he's still sitting down in zone coverage like it's a recliner. Let's play prognosticator. Fictional scout Raider Rick, my film room buddy since the VHS days, breaks it down. Lockett gives you 55 catches, 680 yards, 6 TDs the rest of the way. Tucker jumps to 850 yards because of cleaner looks. Bowers hits 1,100. Geno's completion rate climbs to 65%. The run game averages 4.4 yards per carry. Defense forces 8 more turnovers. Raiders go 7-3 down the stretch, finish 9-8, snag the 7 seed. Wild card weekend in Buffalo? Why not? Bold? Yes. Impossible? No. If Myers is traded, say, a 2026 third-rounder to Pittsburgh, the pick becomes draft capital for a speed receiver or left tackle. If Myers stays, the room is stacked. Myers outside, Tucker deep, Lockett slot, Bowers everywhere. Luxury problems. Either way, Lockett's presence forces defensive coordinators to game plan for him. That's value you can't quantify. Trivia break. Lockett's first NFL score? A 105-yard kickoff return in 2015. His college coach at Kansas State? Bill Snyder, who also coached his father Kevin. Family legacy. Raider connection. Both franchises thrive on second chances. Lockett's story is pure Vegas. Roll the dice, chase the dream. Pop culture nod. Lockett is the veteran mentor in every underdog movie. He's Morgan Freeman in $1 Million Baby, guiding the young guns. He's the wise samurai passing the torch. In a city of reinvention, he's the ultimate redemption arc. Raiders Nation, this is your team. Pack allegiant. Paint the face. Wave the flag. Sunday, when Geno drops back, scans, and fires a dart to number 16 curling over the middle, when the ball sticks and the ref signals 6, that's not just points. That's momentum. That's belief. That's the silver and black reminding the league we're still here. Tune in. Wear the colors. Live the chant. Just win, baby. Commitment to excellence isn't a motto, it's a mandate. And with Tyler Lockett now in the fold, the mandate just got louder. From the desert, this is Raiders Beat. Go Raiders!